because if we don't have this information, it stops the whole operation. We're going to have to call. Maybe she is deployed and we won't get an answer, and it's going to slow us all down. So this is essential. Please mark what is the rank. Okay, we needed 2 name tapes. Okay, here's how you bypass that name tape form, because we've got name tapes to be created, name tapes to be sewn. I'm going to put Jones times 2 name tapes. And it's for type 3. If it were for a coverall, here's my example. Oh, no, I don't have an example there on mine. If it's, let's just say that she wanted Jones for 2 coveralls, you have to write silver or you have to write gold. You need to ask the customer, because we can't move forward until we have that clarification. All right, hash marks. So they're going to give you, when you take the order, they're going to give you a bunch of little pieces like this. So please collect everything that's needed. Let's see. Oh, I might need a US Navy for my sample order. And let's say they've got 2 pins. I'm just writing it in because we don't have all of those delineated. All right, so let me add up what we're going to charge this person. So we've got 24, 25, 6, 27, $28. Rush fee. You can't do a rush fee express unless you ask the tailors first or find out if express is possible. Rush fee is usually about 50% of the total order, but you have to ask us first, because we're so slammed typically with only 2 tailors, we can't do quick turnaround. So I think I added that up right. $28 is what you're going to charge for alterations. However, we are also making 2 name tapes. So you have to scan the name tape thing as well. So let's say you're charging. So you charge $28 for alterations, you scan 2 name tapes, you give them the receipt. If you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you could put the transaction number right here from the sales slip. You don't have to, but you can if you want. So we've got transaction number. If you do that, I think you'll also need to do registration number. But they're going to take the receipt with them. Oh, 2 pins. We've got 2 pins. I have to add something else. Which pin is primary? We don't know that. You have to ask the customer. So they're turning in 2 pins. Usually they'll say, but please write it down or please ask. So we're going to say that ESWAS is primary. I'm just guessing. Or maybe air warfare is primary. You need to get clarification on that. If we don't have this, we're stuck. We can't move forward. Paid. Now, if you're unsure of what to charge them, you can write pay on pickup. You can do that if you are unsure. That's fine. We'll add it up appropriately, and we will put it on this form back in the tailor shop. All right, and then due date. Due date is typically 2 weeks out unless you hear something different. At the registers are typically, they're not this big, but go ahead and dig out the calendar and say, all right, today's the 19th, 2 weeks out, looks like July 3rd. And make sure they're okay with that. July 3rd is a Monday. That is their promised date. Okay. And then lastly, give them the pink slip. Now, other shops will give them the white slip, but here at Everett, we know that NOSC, which is the reserve program, they prefer the pink slip to process, and we've had a tradition of giving the customer the pink slip. In the tailor shop, we do like to have the white copy intact because it's clearer. So you give them this pink slip, you staple on the receipt, and also remember, if they bought you brand new uniform items, to charge them as well for that. And you send them on their way and you say, please hang on to the pink slip. It will help you recall the pickup date, and it makes it so much easier for associates to find in customer service. And you send them on their way. Okay, here's the tailor ticket. Everything gets wrapped in a bag, please. All of the pieces, all of the uniform. We prefer that they're in a bag. If they're hanging, things typically fall out of pockets. So please wrap it in a bag, put this ticket inside, and if it's on a weekend or after hours, there's that laundry bin basket behind customer service. That's where you drop it. And we will pick it up and process it. That'll make it so smooth. Let me go over one other little item here. Officer jackets. Officer jackets, those are the dress coats, the button dress coats with the really pretty gold buttons. Those take 4 weeks because it is very labor intensive, especially if it's an officer jacket, because we have to open up the whole sleeve, change out the braiding. So if it's an officer jacket, say, you know what, it's going to take 4 weeks. Now, officer jackets, what do you charge? You can say pay on pickup, or we've got right here military coats. Here's what you charge them. Okay, let's say they're going to be going from 02 to 03. There's the price. We have to hand set the star. Please add 8. Hemming we can't do unless the customer comes in and we measure. So if anyone's buying pants that need hemming, coats that need sleeve hemming, you're going to have to let the customer know, hey, you're going to have to come back and be measured by the tailor, or else they cannot complete their job. All right, I think that is the end. And do clearly mark paid or not paid. When they're just blank like this, I've got paid here, pay on pickup, we have no idea. We have no idea if the if the job's been paid for or not. We have no clue. Special note, dress coats. You can keep them on a hanger. Shoving them in a bag is okay, but if you'd like to keep those on a hanger, that's fine. Lastly, if a customer is picking up an order and they've got this slip, you've been trained, I'm sure, how to find the garment that matches. Okay, you give them the garment, you take the white, staple it to the pink, you put it under the counter. Now, if you ever encounter something that is highlighted in yellow on the ticket, there might be highlighted something in yellow, pay attention, because that means, hey, they probably owe some money. What we've started to do is have this little tear-off ticket because customer service register hasn't been open in a while, and you want to put the 2 tickets together, staple them, put them underneath. Oh, if they don't come with the pink ticket and just show their ID, would you make a little circle, look at their ID, have them initial. That way we know that the appropriate person did pick up this particular job in the case that they don't come with their pink slip, which is probably about 25% of the time, maybe more. We're working on that. We're training them when we write up the ticket. Please keep your pink slip. So let's say they picked up their job and you say, oh, hey, wait a minute. Looks like you owe a little bit of money. The tailors needed to add something wasn't done quite right. If you see this, it might say tear off and take to register. It might just say customer owes blank alterations. This is designed to You rip this off, you file this as appropriate, and you say, you walk them over or you give this to them and they get in line, and then the associate is going to go, oh, all right, I need to charge you for your M&Ms, charge you for your energy drink. Looks like you also owe $8, and they can scan the alterations UPC and charge $8 or whatever it says. Okay, I think I've walked you through everything, but we'll do a real ticket one of these days so that you will have the experience and you'll feel good about the whole process. Thanks.